So the question about the disconnect between education and science is fascinating. And I dug pretty deep on this going into its history. There's a two cultures issues. You think that these folks are studying the same thing. How do kids develop? How do kids learn? How do the kids learn to read? How do they learn language and other math and other things? It looks like everybody's has the same interest, but the approaches are completely different. So on the science side, you have the usual strictures like we're interested in determining what's true to the best of our ability. We do research and try to, put together findings from a variety of labs and a variety of approaches to come up with conclusions that are solid. And in reading, I think we've been pretty successful. On the education side, there's much more emphasis on personal experience. There's the idea that teaching kids is not teaching how to teach is not something that can be taught. The idea is that, the way to learn to become a teacher is learning by doing. It's a discovery learning, as they call it. You can't take a class in how to teach kids to read. You need to be in a classroom. You need to understand your kids, and you need to find out what works for you. And over a period of time, working with children, you will gain the expertise needed to be able to be an effective teacher. So on the education side, there's much more emphasis on preparing the teachers for, the diversity of kids they're going to encounter, which is a good thing, and much less emphasis on what does current research say about how children learn? Or what does current research say about the kind of bases of reading difficulties? What are the ways in which we can help kids who are exhibiting these kinds of problems? That stuff is not part of how teachers are taught. They're prepared for teaching. It's not part of the curriculum, and in fact, it's basically discounted because that's just folks in the laboratories studying reading, and we're in the real world where we understand how kids learn because we're the ones who spend time with kids and can figure that out. So there's different attitudes about how you learn things. How do you learn how children function? And a disconnect goes back a very long time from the origins of the schools of education, which are pretty isolated on American campuses. So you get people whose basic values are different, even though they're interested in the same thing, and that has really made it hard to communicate for a very long time.